just wait for. There we go. All right, so we up and running. Just gonna wait for you guys to join us, but in the meantime, shout out to all the folks listening via radio 95.1, 95.3, or if you are listening online, always a pleasure to have you here with us. And without fail, you guys tune in every day, and we want to say thank you so much. Truly appreciate you for that. All right. Okay, so all right, just wanted to make sure I'm hearing myself. Nice. So let me just wait for you all to rock and come in. Haven't missed anything yet because I was trying to connect. Yeah, so we good to go now. Let me just do my part and share. Okay, there we go. All right, that's better. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Valerie. Lisa, happy Monday. Jayla Board, big up yourself. Okay, Shante, good morning again. So share it quickly. And like you saw, earlier, the first stream that I did to let you guys know what's going on. Y'all saw the heading, right? And we have quite a lot to talk about around that, as well as our independence celebration that's coming up on the weekend. We had the semis for the independence competition, and the list of finalists has since been put out. So congratulations to all the artists who participated. Yeah, and into competition mode right now. And of course, last year when we celebrated 50, it was quite a big deal. Not saying 51 isn't a big deal, but 50, when you get to that number, when you celebrate 5, 10 and those sort of and moving up, you always stop at a particular, because the way you would celebrate, for instance, your 49th birthday, you wouldn't celebrate it the same way you did 50 unless you're just larger, you're just big on life and you love celebrating. You usually save it for the 50th, right? So we did a lot last year, quite, and I think we ended in October in St. David at La Sagesse. Yeah, we ended in La Sagesse. So we can still, say we're high off of 50, So whatever you can do, we had, what's his name? Kutain, what's his name? On Friday, you guys probably missed it. We're talking about the cleanup campaign, of course, the national cleanup in the different areas, and letting folks know that you too can be part of doing a little bit, cleaning up your communities, cleaning up your villages. And MIT, that ministry responsible for that, they were giving out paint and what have you, so you can paint up and beautify. So if you have not done that as yet, you can still take the time to assist in the cleaning up process. All right. Nissy, good morning. Jackie, good morning. Happy birthday to my good friend Kawash. Jackie, when you decide to do better than that, I'll send out happy birthday. But until such time, I'll pretend I did not see that dry, lukewarm birthday greeting. Okay? Kizzy, good morning. How you doing, sis? Hope you're doing better. Mel, good morning. Good morning, Ernie. You're shining this morning. So I don't shine every morning. You're real out of time, I know the road you're going down here, but it's okay. Morning, Maureen. Sonia, good morning, Nissy. See you guys. Precious Jewel, good morning. Good morning, Lou. Morning, Ambika. Getting back with time? Of course. Morning, Lindy. Guys, come on in quickly. Where's morning, Valerie? And everybody else that's tuned in right about now. Welcome back to the show. Now on Friday, and it's funny enough, right? On Friday, when I was playing a song, I think it was an old school reggae, and I made the point that long ago when we went to party, right? And somebody wants to dance with you, they would either come to the front or behind and tap you and ask you if they could get a dance. Nobody just start to whine behind you, because for one, they probably see you for a couple minutes. They don't know if you came alone or if you with somebody or whatever the case might be. Nobody just didn't start to jam behind you. But the other thing now, me no way only pick up that speed. And I spoke about it on Friday. And funny enough, I saw yesterday, was it yesterday? Whatever day. I'm not sure if he did it before or after. Sonny Bling made a post and as a man, referencing men who go to events, fetes, parties, and see women dancing, and it's one thing to slide up and take a jam, but when you see the start to touch and rub down leg, hello, we need y'all to cut this out quick and fast. Especially when I think I was playing Boise's Validated. Yeah, that's the song I was playing. And there's a part in the song where he says when she turned back and watch you continue to do, that wine validated, that means you have permission to dance with her. That permission does not include you rubbing leg, rubbing thigh, rubbing hip, rubbing back, or rubbing belly. It does not. There's a thing that men can do. Put your hand behind your head or put your hand behind your back, hold your waist, hold yourself, and you can dance. Sometimes, it's like, I don't know if we have to read and spell for you guys, but while some might tolerate it, for others, it is very, very uncomfortable. Me, no way I'll pick it up from, but we're asking y'all with haste and according to TI, expeditiously, to stop. Yeah? Me and you ain't come together. It's not like you're coming to your partner could do that. But how you just see a random woman and you're just starting to rub her up from leg come up rubbing, and y'all think that is okay. And in the meantime, you're feeling something poking you. Listen, have a little restraint and a little decorum. Yeah? They might not be people. Why you had to be Gabby about the man to thirsty? No. They bring the thirstiness every single way. When you think, oh, you're playing this and you feel you is that and you come in fat and you don't want to. We didn't come to be assaulted. We didn't come. Rest your hands. Why Terrence say rest your hands gracefully on her hips? Don't rest it. No way. You didn't bring the woman in fat. How you reach in fat resting gracefully on hips? Rest your hand on your hips. Rest your hand behind your head. Rest your hand behind your back. Why you need to rest on your hand on people's children that you didn't bring in no fat? And when you're done, you ain't even saying, okay, I miss, let me get a drink for you for you accepting my dance. No, listen, me, boy, I'm glad I was born when I was born because me know how women doing it these days. Thank God I no longer go to party like that. But women these days, y'all getting the worst, boy. Y'all ain't getting what we used to get back in the day. A little miss, can I have a dance? A little, hold on, let me share it too. Can I get a little jam? Nothing, not a zilch. It rough. Listen, young women, all you have it rough. But at the end of the day, it's up to y'all to take it or leave it or to stand on your own principles. Always leaving the woman home. Always leaving the woman home and she been go back and coming in fed to harass a woman. I'm telling you, y'all need to stop it immediate effect. Corey. Yes, Mr. Kutain, aka Mr. Catch Flies No Feelings. If you see how busy you come and give me your son name, let me call you and ask you, send a message for you. Taking 24 hours, 36, 48, 3 business days to answer me. But you see how quick you come and put your son name, but Corey? Anywho's, you ain't anything again. Corey's the man right now. Corey is the boss. Corey in high places. Forget you. I thought you was people, but forget you. Me and Corey's friend right now. So yeah. Moving on to the next. No, let me play this first. Hold on. Let me just. As soon as it finish load, I want to play it, and then we're gonna jump into the whole. Something that I saw. I catch a little bit of Kellon, Dr. Bob's live he did last week, and then I jumped on. Y'all know I'm always into the Jamaicans, right? I listen to their lives, their blogs, their vlogs, what have you. I follow them. I follow them quite a bit, and on the issue of what's going on now, the whole deportation from the US. Okay, I got it. So let me pull this up first and then we jump into it. I think we really need to have this conversation because we can't just look at it cut and dried, and we also have to look at the implications that that this can have. And I know a lot of you don't pay attention to news and what's happening, but even though you may not live in the US, you have family and friends who live there, and quite a number of you get remittances, and that is how you're able to sometimes send your children to school and take care of yourself, right? Where's last week? So how come I'm not seeing it? Yeah, that is how you're able to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and your parents and what have you. So a lot of it depends on family and friends out in the US. So I was looking at a vlog on Saturday. On Saturday, I think. Yes, on Saturday, a Jamaican vlog, right? And they were, sometimes I really, really wonder about us humans and the things. There are a lot of people whose hearts are like black, and I don't believe for a second they've got like blood running through their veins. Okay, I found what I was looking for. All right, so we can hold on, it's loading. It's loading. There we go. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to play for y'all from Sunny, because maybe y'all will listen to Sunny if y'all didn't listen to me. Yeah? And Sunny has definitely been touching a lot of the topics that we think about but may not necessarily speak on. Or we might speak on in little groups on our little group chats, but but because the amount of responses he gets, and women are agreeing, and they're like, okay, so why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you
So wait, you don't know one from nowhere and you go in confidence so far front line. Mr. Gentleman, you better mash your brakes and stop one time, because that have real brace and heavy embarrassment involved in it. And let me tell you something. Front line is only reserved for 3 types of people. 1, people in a committed relationship because you don't know all is yours. 2, you see the man who went in earlier on and you come back for attack back later on, chances are you might be at front line. Or 3, best one ever, the ladies. You see when a lady come out have a good time, she for almost anything. And when a lady engaging in a front line, as well as we go back down from that. So that is 3 ways. But let me tell you something. Remember a long time you went on a date and you had a little first base where you got a little kiss and you're hoping to make it a second base? Well, front wine is a second base. There's no way you could initiate a dance with a front wine. That's either you have to come back for that or something. But let me tell you who could actually try that. The men them with real confidence. You see them real handsome fellas, them nice looking, smell good, nice chest and body and all kind of thing. Them fellas might get away with that crime. You and I, me ain't too sure about that. So understand what I'm saying. Unless you know your momentum right up there, you don't try that at all. That is reserved for 3 type of people. Either you're in a committed relationship, you tack back and you feel like you're current earlier on, or that lady initiate that. Other than that, keep it moving, boy. That boy, don't mama get yourself.
keep it moving with haste and speed? All right, so I'm only a little bit too on the plucky side. Calm down, chill. You don't have that kind of confidence you want to come and display and portray. Just chill, all right? Take it easy. Anyways, getting back to the topic at hand. Hey, Shelly. Morning, Queen. Hope you're good today. Akeem, good morning. Where do we start with this conversation this morning? So, yeah, as I was saying, I was looking at a Jamaican vlog over the weekend on, well, it wasn't like a vlog. It was on TikTok. And on TikTok, you can create panels where you, as the host, you can add other people to your live. So you can have 5, 6, 7, 8 people at a time. And, they were discussing the whole situation in the U.S. And folks came up, and one lady in particular was saying, she's been in the U.S. going on 7 years from Jamaica, is not straight in terms of having green card or citizen. So she's an illegal immigrant because her visa has since expired, and she has been working, like she says, off the books, doing babysitting, and according to her, doing quite well. She saves her money and sends some home for her family to save. And as a matter of fact, bought a property that, her family is taking care of for her. So she was saying, in the event that anything that she has to go home, at least she has a home to go home to. Well, one can only hope, because I've heard a lot of horror stories about people, working hard, sending their money to fix home or to buy house or build house. And when you get back home, it's confusion. Family want to put you out of your own place and you don't have nowhere to go. But after that, someone else came up and they were saying that they're legal and they're praying for Trump to deport all illegal immigrants. And the person even went so far as to say that there is this particular female that she does not get along with, that she knows is illegal. She's going to call ICE to, well, basically to tell them about her being in the country several years and is an illegal immigrant. And what struck me the most was the other, going through the comments, because sometimes that is where the action is, the comments. And there were people in the comments actually saying that they would do something like that. They would literally pick up the phone and anybody that they know, they would call immigration, call ICE, whoever it is that's doing all these deportation, and let them know such and such and give them their address, give them everything. And another person came up and said, well, the person that you mentioned, I know of the person, and she's not into doesn't give any trouble. She minds her business. Yes, she dresses, looks good. And she also has 2 children who were born in the US. So the person was asking, okay, if by chance she gets deported, did you stop and think about her children? What's going to happen to her children? And as a matter of fact, the father of the children, they aren't involved in the children's life, so it's basically her. So even though she's doing her thing, she's not legal, she has children. And the person was like, they don't care, they don't care. Let them go home. And this conversation, I know it's like a lot to delve into, because there's so many connecting parts and pieces. But it really makes you stop and think about how evil we can be, and how, I know the word bad mind is over, we use it a lot, but in this instance, I can't think of another word. That you would be rejoicing, and these are people, and I'm listening and seeing some people, and a lot of you were not born in the US. You are an immigrant. As a matter of fact, even though you have green card, you're still, your birth paper does not say United States of America. You weren't born in Kings County, Brookdale, or whatever, one of them hospitals. You were either born in Princess Alice or Queen Elizabeth, or the hospital up on the hill, or wherever. Mount Royal, Post Royal. What's the name of the hospital in Carriacou? Whatever the name. But the fact that people would sit and be thinking of who they can call ICE on, and literally this person says she has several names down that she's going to call ICE and let them know that they're in the country illegal. And somebody was asking, what did this person do to you? Nothing, like, why? Are these people given trouble? Are they involved in illegal activities? No, these people are just going about their business, working off the books and trying to take care of themselves and make a little future for themselves. Like, people forget at once upon a time you were also in that same position. Not many people had the opportunity to enter the United States with their little brown envelope or entered straight. Not everybody had that opportunity. Not everybody had the opportunity to go to Barbados, get this stuff started. A lot of people went on a visitor's visa and decided to stay for whatever reason, and lots decided, okay, I'm not going to waste my time here, but here is my 2 or 3 year plan. Year 1, find a job. 2, start working on getting myself together. And not everybody just goes in and just goes with the wind, wherever the wind blows. There are some people who actually go with a plan. Some people get married. Some people, they spend their money and invest in their future. There are people who get married just for the sake of getting themselves together. And the fact that people are actually sitting and wishing and hoping and praying that people get deported. And myself and Dee were having a conversation last week. And like I said, it's broader than that because, case in point, a lot of people sometimes travel and we have this saying they turn back. Like they don't look back. They don't look back for family. They don't look back for nothing. Right? And they just live their life, do whatever. Now, those folks, if they were to be deported, you're coming back to what really? It's like starting from ground zero. You're coming back to what? Do you have a home to come back to? Do you have shelter? Do you have family that will put you up? Did you invest in something while you were out there? And, Trump is not, his first run, he did say it and nothing really happened. But you have to be blind to not see what's going on now that he's taking, his campaign promises. Well, one of them very serious, which is getting rid of illegal immigrants, especially those involved in crime and what have you. And he even enlisted the military planes, what have you, to deport people. As a matter of fact, Mexico refused, and I think, where's the other one? Somebody else, hold on, let me see. I think I saved it. Is it Colombia? They refused to allow the planes to hold on. Yeah, they refused to allow the planes to land. Mexico and I think Colombia, right? Ken says the Jamaican culture is a very different culture from the rest of the Caribbean. The amount of self-hate that's taught and bred in that country is different elsewhere. I don't mean it in a bad way, but it's the truth. Gabby says it's a double-edged sword. However you'll make your bed, so you will lie. And, I have to agree with it. And, I was talking to a couple friends in New York, and yesterday while looking at Auntie Donna's birthday thingy, and she went on the mic and she was saying she has to do a lot of refunds because there are people who are illegal immigrants who bought tickets to come to her event and they didn't come up, and the reason they gave her was, the whole situation, they were afraid. And I'm hearing of places that are, once will be buzzing with, people. Now it's like people are like, they're constantly looking over their shoulders. They're not out where they're not supposed to be. And I'm thinking about the effect, that will have on events and parties and what have you, if people are afraid to go out because they fear being snatched and deported with absolutely nothing. So it's a lot to take into consideration. And, I don't mean to come off as, but this is the point I made, I think, was sometime last year where you were having a conversation about people who migrate and, their priorities are mixed up and always in confusion and bacchanal and back and forth, and the time they should be spent sorting out their business. Remember, if you overstay your visa, normally you're given a 5, 10, whatever the amount they give you. But when you enter the country, your passport is stamped for 6 months. So you have to leave within that time frame. So once you go beyond that, plus your visa expires, you're now an illegal immigrant. And I've always said any day, if I ever migrated, there was no way I would be in a country 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years and don't have a piece of paper inside my passport where I can go in and out freely. I know of situations where people who migrated, parents have died and they couldn't even return to throw a flower on their grave. I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but where there's a will, there's a way. Others have done it and there's no excuse for you not doing it if you wanted to. But a lot of the times we get comfortable and we take things for granted. Yeah? We take things for granted. And when it hits us, then we're running around like a chicken without head. Have any of you put provisions in place? Yodi, good morning, says there are people here that's undocumented and still taking this as a big joke. It's sad, like leaving like that. Yeah, they're just living like there's no tomorrow. You come here and play, your friends that are undocumented, and it's sad. He is not playing about it. Shelly said, yeah, I know. Shelly says starting out your business in America isn't easy. Some people spend lots of money and get swindled. Some are stuck in marriages and didn't get the papers same way. I know it's not easy, but you have to go in with a plan. At least it's better to have tried and to say, "Yo, listen, I've been doing this," but there are some who have not even tried at all. They just got in, they get some job, they're doing something, they're getting paid, they're able to pay their rent, and they're just living life without a thought. So I'm more talking about those who've done absolutely nothing, made no effort whatsoever to sort themselves out. It's not the easiest thing to do. To get status is not the easiest thing to do. It's an expensive venture, but sometimes you have to weigh your priorities. What's important? You have to leave out a party, leave out a Gucci, leave out a Gabby, call me back. I didn't see you. Leave out a Louis or something. You can't be in every fete. You can't be in every boat ride every summer. You can't be outside. What Lady Lava say? You don't have a ring on your finger when you're outside for the summer. You can't do that. Morning.
Morning, morning.
Morning.
Let me tell you. You see, people, we come here, we make friends, we get complacent, we start to hang out, and we don't realize that we are in a place that we don't belong. Let me tell you something. My first experience with this country, I came here and I was going to college to get my master's. As soon as I assumed that I was in Grenada because I never really experienced racism. Home. Everybody is everybody home. You're qualified for a job, you have your education, you go, you apply for the work, you get the work, whatever the case may be. And as a woman with so much experience in management roles back home, plus now having a master's degree, I'm walking into these interviews very confident, not knowing, Gabriella, you're not white. So when I get there and they hear Gabriella, and when I put on the white twang, it's not Black American, it's white people twang. The girl does talk with when the girl put on the white twang. So when they talk to me on the phone and you do the interview,
You song like them people.
I song like them people and them, and the name is Gabriella. Come on. They come now, they interview me. Okay, HR gonna start to reach out to you, blah blah blah. You get second interview, you get third interview.
And all that is over the phone or in person?
All that is over the phone
Okay.
now. Until, because when you're going for a big money work, they're gonna interview you here, there, everywhere before they ask you to come in. And then I gone in there and everything white, including the computer, nothing inside of there black. I'm the only black person in there. And I quickly realized 5, 6, 7 times I've gone to these interviews for these jobs that I'm clearly qualified for. And you know what happens to me? They then tell me they choose another candidate, right? But 2, 3 weeks later, they call me to offer me a job that's $40,000 less than the job that I applied for. Why? Because on paper, I am way better than the other person who they hired.
But in
I'm
person,
black.
yeah.
They're not telling you are black. But when you come in this country, open your eyes. A lot of us come here and we somehow get blinded. Okay, we have a little 2 pence now. We gone and we shop, we buy designer, we buy this, we buy that. A lot of us, yes, this situation is sad. It's sad for people who have American-born children. This whole situation is stressful, it's traumatic, and it's sad. But people, all they have to wake up. When you come here, you have to realize that you are not from here. As soon as you talk to people with a Caribbean accent, they automatically assume, here's what, you good for pushing the baby in stroller or cleaning the place, not for anything higher than that. And a lot of the times we come home, and I'm not saying that there are not a few of us that get out of the matrix and we elevate, but the majority of us don't get out of the matrix to elevate into any form of corporate jobs in this country. High-end corporate jobs belong to the white man.
And there are opportunities. There are opportunities. People just get complacent and whatever, satisfied with their little lot.
That's the thing. We get complacent. We get satisfied that, okay, you come out from Grenada and guess what? What a babysitter or nanny makes here, right? 4,000, 5,000 US a month. Some manager in Grenada not making that. So we make the money and we forget where we are located. Because you're making the money now and you're making way more money than you ever made in life. So all of a sudden you forget about getting yourself together and you're getting clothes, you're getting shoes, you're living a life, but you forget listen, at the end of the day, I am not from here. I don't belong here. Grenada needs to wake up. We have a rude awakening coming ahead of us. A lot of people is going to go back home, whether they like it or
Or
they don't
not, you
like it.
don't have a
Yes,
choice. It's completely out of your
they're gonna,
hands.
of course, they're gonna start off with these. It's 4 years ahead, and they start from day one. When they get rid of all these Mexicans that they so gunning for now, what next? Who's next?
You know, there's the same
And
after they, but then they're coming for you next.
exactly. So we need to understand. People, if you have a little friend, a little family member, try and see how they could marry somebody and get all yourself organized. Please, before they snatch all, you try and see if you could get a little paperwork inside in the making or whatever. Turn on your hand, do fast. If you have to pay somebody, don't be slow. Spend your money and pay somebody to get whatever you need to
Okay.
get to
Get a
solidify
lawyer
yourself in this
ASAP. You
country.
gotta get a lawyer ASAP. You gotta sort out your business
Because a lot of
otherwise.
us, yes, a lot of us, we sit down here and we become complacent and we feel like, okay, we back home, we making money, so we good. And whenever we get the papers, we get the papers. But at the end of the day, how humiliating is it going to be on that flight headed back to Grenada
But not just
and everything that
humiliating.
you build
But
here?
not just humiliating. Sometimes you're on that flight going back to what?
Exactly, and
You
then
don't
everything
have
you build
nothing
here
here.
is gone.
You basically put all your eggs in one basket over there. You don't have nothing here. You don't have a little room here. You don't have nothing. And family now waiting to sit down and kiki. Oh, all the time you're in America, blah, blah, blah. What you know? Who you coming to? What if you have nothing
Exactly.
here? What if you don't have a house? You don't have a home? You don't have nobody you can they just drop you on the airport and what happened?
Well, you got to figure it out. I've had a friend who had that situation um, recently. On another note, they just drop him off in Grenada, and then he has to know, figure it out. You have to find family and friends who you haven't spoken to in 20, 30 years to take you in, and it's a sad situation. And people who making these comments and they think it's funny and
It's
they're
not.
laughing
It's
and blah
not.
blah blah blah. It's really not, because at the end of the day, that's people's life.
We
But
not
some people too,
we
a
have to
lot of
think
them
about
just
the
bring
ripple
these things
effect
on
as well.
themselves, eh?
We have to think about the ripple effect as well because if people are coming back no jobs, what you're going to find is an increase in crime and violence.
Yep, and on top of that, whoever they were sending remittances to home, no, they're not getting that anymore. So that's also a slap to the country, because a lot of a lot of um a lot of things in this country work because of remittances.
Remittances, yep.
And if people not sending money home as they used to, and large numbers of people are coming back, that's gonna affect remittances in the country. But hopefully, we gotta hope and pray, and hopefully as much people as possible could do something. And people who have other papers, oh God, help out somebody now. Somebody help all you. Are they wicked too much, you know? All right.
You can always depend on Gabby to keep it real. They can't help it. No, listen, there are some people, that's why I said there are some people who forget where they came from. They figure they went in with a brown envelope under their arm, their passport intact already with their green card stapled inside, and they're good to go. They forgot that, hey, I was once in that position. Yes, you did what you had to do, but it's a sad situation. Okay, somebody's saying that Colombia has now agreed. Yeah, because listen, Donald J. Trump is on a mission, and as a matter of fact, they didn't have a choice because here what he was going to do, if they did not accept it. He said he directed his administration to immediately take the following urgent and decisive retaliatory measures, right? Emergency 25% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States. In 1 week, the 25% tariffs will be raised to 50%. A travel ban and immediate visa revocation on the Colombian government officials, allies, supporters. Visa sanctions on all party members, family members, supporters of the Colombian government. Enhanced customs and border protection inspections of all Colombian nationals and cargo on national security grounds. So he said these measures are just the beginning. We will not allow the Colombian government to violate its legal obligations with regard to the acceptance and return of the criminals they forced into the United States. Donald J. Trump ain't playing this wrongs. So when he finished, as Gabby was saying, finish wrongs up criminals or whoever he deems unfit, who next? Who next? That is the $1,000,000 question. It is not a situation that I wish on my worst enemy, although I have no enemy. No, really. Some people are just confused. But, anyways, to be living in this state of uncertainty, the fear. And there are people on the TikTok live saying, listen, there are Jamaican spots that they frequent. And they went there and restaurants and it is empty. People are afraid to even go out and buy food. Another person said the supermarket that they usually go to is like in a community where there's a lot of Caribbean people. Empty. Last week, empty. Ronnie says election have consequences. Yes, sometimes we forget that. We vote and we forget what we are voting for. We forget what they're saying. Clarina says America isn't ours. When we come here, we have to put things in place, stay away from crime, work on your paperwork. That's it. Yeah, but hey, Colombia said they will send their own airline to bring back their people. They deserve to return with some dignity. I agree, you know. But it is going to be a very, very, very interesting 4 years. That is, because if that is how week one start off with speed, yeah? Someone says, hello, I'm American born and raised. For the lady calling in and shocked that she didn't get the preferred job in America and was judged on her skin color and not her merit. Black Americans told the world for centuries civil rights were just won in the 1960s, 70s. Foreigners think they are exempt from racist treatment. They love that place. And it's not Jamaicans that will snitch on other immigrants. It's the whole of the Caribbean. Most Trump supporters are immigrants from Latin America. Now look at them, wronged it up. Literally cut off your nose to spite your face. Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of the... That's what they voted for, right? Anyways, we will continue, and I'm hoping that I can have someone on who knows more about this to speak on it, because I do think it's worthy of having a conversation on, and getting different take on it from a more learned perspective. So they all knew it was coming, but again, people take it like a joke. Sad situation. Who feels it knows it. Yep. Now they say you separate the sheep from the goat, right? It's not funny, but hey. Guys, that's all the time I have. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. I think tomorrow Jefferson should be checking in, because on Saturday, yeah, so he's gonna be here tomorrow, Tuesday, and Saturday it's all about his concert. So we're gonna lighten the mood, and of course we're also getting ready for Independence, so we're gonna try and vibes tomorrow. All right, so I'll see you then. Thank you so much, Nirvana, Spa and Detox, Beacon Insurance, and Western Union, and to everyone in the room, thank you for passing by and checking in, and of course thank you so much for your contributions. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. All right.